what is great replacement theory to you?
Great replacement theory is that there is a group of people, if you are ethnically homogenous, that there is a group of people that show up to your country, they have more births than you, and then over time, they basically supersede you and your culture.
No, that's not it.
And then, and that there's a plot. There's a plot that's by some oligarch class to make that happen.
You're getting a little bit closer, but you're kind of missing some key details.
Is it
there.
Jews?
It might be the
Jews.
Jews.
Is it Jews?
I mean,
yeah, is it Jews?
Well, just look at the pattern of behavior and just look at what they say.
So it's the Jews.
It could be.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
I mean,
I'm
like
just
I
going
said,
by
I mean,
what,
again, like I don't believe a better society is reached by subjugating a minority. And so if you make the argument that it's the Jews, then the answer is that, okay, then that means we ought subjugate the Jews. In which case,
no.
Well, it kind of is, because I don't know what
No. Hello, First Amender. How's it going?
I recognize this voice.
Right. Well, these are not happy noises I'm hearing.
I recognize the voice. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
What is this?
All right, can you do me a
reaction?
what was
I'm
your name
offended.
again? What was your name again? I recognize your voice. I'm just not good with names.
Yes, sir. You can call me Kung Fu Joe or just
Kung Fu.
Joe if you'd like.
All right, Kung Fu Joe.
I guess I can't call in as Belvedere next
All right,
time,
but Kung Fu Joe, right?
Yeah.
I noticed the last time we had a conversation, it involved very much an Andrew Tate argument, or Andrew Wilson argument.
Yeah, sure.
Did you get that argument from Andrew Wilson?
Which one was it in particular?
The what was it? Women don't have rights. Only men give women rights.
Oh, that's just forced doctrine. That doesn't come from Andrew Wilson, but he does use.
Where did you get it?
Well, that's ancient, actually.
No, I'm asking you in particular. Where did you get it?
Oh, like Christianity.
So you're saying that you read
History.
the Bible, and because I read my Bible and it doesn't say that.
Yeah.
By the way, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing right now. I'm a really small YouTuber and I'm really just trying to build up. And I really think that I'm going to be making more content and you're going to just see not just debates, but as well as content like this. So stay tuned to find out.
Well, I just look at, history, but also the Bible explains kind of like the roles, the different roles between the sexes.
Yeah, but it doesn't say anything that like, oh, men give all the rights to women. That's not really what is said in the Bible. It doesn't say
men grant.
I feel like that it was coming, your argument was coming from Andrew Wilson, and I don't know, I don't find that very satisfying, I guess.
Well, you're going to have to deal with these arguments, whether they come from Andrew Wilson or not.
Sure.
And I would say if you're not a fan of his, if you're the opposite of an Andrew Wilson fan, it should be your duty to address these arguments.
Gladly. That's why I'm here.
Okay, great. So let's see. So I think one of the last times we talked, we were talking about consent and rights of the dead and things like that. But I wanted to run like another thing by you and just kind of get your thought on it.
Okay.
So me and my wife have been together a long time, and let's say she says that, if you're ever feeling frisky or anything, you can come and, wake me up in a creative way if you'd like. And then I go, okay, sure, hon. And so if she's sleeping, do I need her consent?
No. No, I don't believe you need consent. She gave you consent in that moment.
Okay, so if I got consent in the moment, from like, you know, by dying grandma or something, and it was also on a will that you could, you know, do necrophilia.
Yeah.
So that would also be okay?
No, because of the desecration problem. It's the same thing.
Well, I'm confused. So
it's a desecration issue.
What do you mean desecration?
It's a desecration of the body. It becomes the custody of others.
Of others?
Yes.
What do you mean?
We don't desecrate corpses.
Says who?
Says people.
Where does that come from?
People's reason.
People's reason? What reason? Like, what if I just don't adhere to that? What if I don't adhere to that belief system?
Well, believe it or not, you do.
Why is that?
Because the Bible is made by people.
Sure. It had probably
you don't have a direct communication literally with God. And so you actually don't have a way to confirm your moral beliefs and belief structures. So you have to appeal to the Bible.
Neither
and the Bible is made by people. So yes, you adhere to the logic of people as well to determine your moral compass.
Well, hold on. Couldn't I just be a person who doesn't believe in God but just prefers Christian morality?
I don't know why you would.
Oh, there are people like that. You know what they call them? They call them cultural Christians.
Okay.
Right. So there's a guy named Pine Creek, and he's an atheist. He doesn't believe in God.
Like Jordan Peterson, for example? Is that like one of them?
Not so much. Just, well, in a sense, like Jordan Peterson talks a lot about like hyper truths, and I'm talking about more somebody who believes that Christianity has the best moral system for human flourishing, and that alone, based on a utilitarian metric, is enough for them to advocate for that system without necessarily having to believe in God. So why would it be wrong for me to advocate for Christianity even if I don't believe in God?
Christianity doesn't really have a really good track record regarding slavery. In fact, Christianity was used to justify slavery for a very long period of time.
Right, but I'm only I'm only judging it by modern day standards.
Yes, by modern day standards, It argued in favor of slavery in the past.
Well, no. Today, there are no majority Christian nations that hold slaves or
That's
legalize
also not true.
slave trading.
We still have prisons that hold slaves.
Oh, well, that's kind of like a different, I don't know.
No, it's not.
That's a different topic. I don't believe we can.
People that are owned effectively by the government, and it is even stated in the government in our civilized,
but every country.
It is stated in our government's constitution that they are slaves.
Yeah, but non-Christian nations also have prisons that are even worse.
I agree with you, but again, this idea that there is no slavery in Christian nations, that's not true.
Yeah, but it's not from the doctrine of Christianity. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Christianity has a long track record of being pro-slavery.
Yeah, but prisons, you're using the example of prisons, and we just agreed that prisons exist in secular countries. They exist in countries with different religions than Christianity. So this ain't it.
Again, there's well-documented evidence among the Europes and Americas where they justified the transatlantic slave trade because of the biblical justification. They used the curse of Ham. They used Leviticus 25:44-46. They used the New Testament epistles. I can read them to you if you want.
No,
it's stated specifically
because they already
after
used
Noah
biblical,
cursed his son Ham.
Christians that used Christianity
Please let me finish. In the Curse of Ham, it states, after Noah curses his son Ham's descendant Canaan to be a servant of his servants, many Christians interpreted that as a divine justification for enslaving African people, believing Ham's descendants settled in Africa. There's Old Testament law saying your male and female slaves are to come from the nations around you. You can bequeath them to your children as inherited property. That's Leviticus 25:44 to 46.
That's not Christianity.
There were pro-slavery. Yeah, it doesn't. I understand that is Old Testament. But pro-slavery Christians claimed that because slavery was a part of Mosaic law, it was morally acceptable. I'm not asking what the position is today. I'm asking, what did Christians argue in the past? And again, there's numerous historical accounts of this, right? It's not me making this up.
Can I ask you, just by that last example that you gave, could you see why that could sound hypocritical by a Christian standard and why other Christians would challenge that belief?
Yes.
And did, in fact, challenge that belief? Okay, yes. So what are we disagreeing on here?
Well, because it's a relatively recent interpretation, right? We can bring up the American South, right? We have people like George Whitefield, who is an evangelist who supported slavery and advocated for its legalization in Georgia and argued that it was absolutely necessary for economic and religious purposes. Okay. He owned slaves on his orphanage plantation.
I don't disagree with you.
What about the Mudsill speech, right? James Henry Hammond. He claimed that slavery was ordained by God and civilization, requiring a permanent underclass.
Right,
that was
but if I'm taking
1864.
Right, but if I'm taking the Pine Creek position, I don't believe in God, right? So it's like, I think anyone who says God says this or God says that, I think that's silly.
Well, I want to own the fact that I just want you to realize that the concept of slavery was argued for in the past, and the Bible was used to argue it. It was used.
Sure, but
Christianity historically does not have a good track record regarding slavery. So in terms of morality, right? I don't think that it is the best method of morality. I think that there are better methods. It leads to better outcomes.
No, not just. It is, because it's not just better morally, but it also sustains the population of a country better than any other system.
That's also not true.
I mean, if you want to look at Islam, but which would you rather have? Would you rather have Christianity or Islam?
Well, that has nothing to do. Like, if you want more births, you make it cheaper to have babies. Like, you don't need to have enforced Christianity or theocracy to have more babies.
No, you don't. You don't have to enforce. You don't have to force or enforce anything. I would just use propaganda.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't really address my point, though.
What's your point?
That Christianity is not adequate.
Well, it's adequate
in terms of a moral system. It's pretty abhorrent.
Well, I don't take the. I'm not a victim of like presentism. I don't really look at the past and judge it by modern day moral standards.
But even by modern standards, it doesn't uphold. Like, for example, even though it's in Old Testament, spare the rod and spoil the child, there are tons and tons of Christians that argue spare the rod and spoil the child, even though we can empirically show it causes a crap ton of harm, and most European countries have largely banned it because they know it's abuse. They know it causes negative outcomes. Right? But it's because of the spare the rod, spoil the child. Okay, all of a sudden it's fine. But it's not fine. It's not.
Yeah,
what about vaccine denialism? That has a huge conspiracy pushed straight from biblical worldview narratives.
Yeah. Well, I still think Christians still have more children. They live longer. They have less mental health problems. and I'm pro-human, so all I care about is the well-being of the human race and the future success of it.
All right. Well, then
why would I be wrong?
See, I'm in the same boat, right? Where I believe in the rights as individuals, and I believe that a better society is reached by upholding the rights of individuals. How are we so diametrically opposed?
Well, because you believe in great replacement.
What?
Yes, you advocate
I don't believe in great replacement theory.
Well, you do. You advocate for it.
No, I don't.
You do. You advocate for the replacement. How do I advocate
for great replacement theory?
Simple. So when I asked you how we could address the birth rate problem, you use immigration as a solution.
Yeah.
And that would naturally replace the white majority.
Yeah, that's okay.
Why would that be okay?
Well,
what if white people care and they think it is a big deal?
I just think that, I mean, that just sounds like you're being a racist. Like, that's all that means.
Hold on. Wait. Self-preservation is a racist view?
Well, so I believe that if you're never like getting your race wiped away, you're just existing among people who are having more births than you, and that's okay.
No, hold on. If white people look around and we say that and some of us notice that we're being subverted by a culture and this constant attack from the same group over and over again.
I don't believe that should bother you. I think that individuals have a right to move where they would like, as long as they're law-abiding citizens.
Hold on. And you don't understand what I understand. That's the thing.
I do understand great replacement theory. I believe that it is racist. I believe that it leads to worse outcomes. Because if I argue in favor of great replacement theory, right? The reality is that if people adhere to that idea and that they're going to get replaced, then the answer is, okay, we basically need to subjugate a minority of people in order to ensure that we remain ethnically homogenous. I don't believe that leads to a better outcome, because that leads to a subjugation of a minority. And I don't believe that better outcomes are reached by revoking basic human rights.
Hold on. I'm trying to not strawman you and just get an honest understanding of your position. What is great replacement theory to you?
Great replacement theory is that there is a group of people that if you are ethnically homogenous, that there is a group of people that show up to your country, they have more births than you, and then over time, they basically supersede you and your culture.
No, that's not it.
And and that there's a plot. There's a plot that's by some oligarch class to make that happen.
You're getting a little bit closer, but you're kind of missing some key details.
Is it Jews?
It might be the Jews.
Is it Jews?
I mean,
is it Jews?
Well, just look at the pattern of behavior and just look at what they say.
So it's the Jews.
It could be.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
I don't believe a better society is reached by subjugating a minority. And so if you make the argument that it's the Jews, then the answer is that, okay, then that means we ought subjugate the Jews, in which case...
No.
Well, it kind of is, because I don't know what
No, the thing is, we fund it, even though they tell us,
what do we fund?
We fund their efforts. We fund they put together.
Oh, I mean, if you're talking about the Israeli state, yeah, you'll find me in perfect agreement. I don't believe that we should be funding an ethno-state.
Well, that's why I wanted to talk to you about this, and that's why I'm glad we're here. Because if you're that far along, then your logic is going to tell you, hey, well, if I look at all these other clues and I listen to what they say, then there's a pattern here, right? We can all recognize patterns of
let me
behavior.
ask you this. Is the problem the Jews?
Well, I mean, let's look at it and you tell me. I'll give you some evidence.
I'm not
and
asking
you tell me whether
what I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking what you think.
Judging by what they say and what they do and how they influence policy in the United States, I would say it's unquestionable. Yeah. It's not what I think, it's what they say.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, well, look up the Hart-Celler Act. Are you familiar with that? I think 1964, 1965.
I remember I was able to take a look at your social media, and I wanted to plug you.
What does this have to do with the?
Well, I wanted to plug you, let you know that let people know that these are.
I mean, you
social
don't
media
have
profiles.
to. We could just have the conversation. You don't have to start doxing me.
I'm not. Hold on. Stop right there. I'm not offering anything regarding doxing anybody or not having information that is readily available. All I am saying is you have your social media profiles, which you have openly advertised to me in the past. And I'm more than happy to tag your profiles. Right? That's not doxing.
Okay.
I'm not asking for any personally identifiable information on you.
Okay. So what is this? Why are we on this tangent anyway?
I remember you had a Twitch.
What's my Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Twitch. I stream fighting games on there.
Yeah. What was your name on Twitch?
It's the same name I gave you.
Kung Fu Joe? Let's see if we can find
it. Yes, sir.
All right. Kung Fu Joe.
Are we still talking about great replacement and whether or not it's a thing?
I mean, you're the one sitting there saying it's the Jews. I mean, you're kind of I'm going to be honest, you arguing great replacement theory and then saying it's the Jews that are causing the problem. You're just a Nazi. You're just a neo-Nazi.
I don't know but you agree with what they're doing in Gaza. So why aren't you a Nazi?
Well, because I can empirically show that a genocide is occurring in Gaza, right?
Okay.
And I can argue what is happening in Gaza versus the Jews in the United States creating a great replacement theory. I think it's really freaking gross. Yeah.
Well, not exactly.
And I think people should be aware of what your social media profiles are. I really do. I believe.
Do you think I can't show you?
I feel
evidence?
If you show up on my show, you should be able to stand on your laurels and say it with your chest.
First Amender, do you think that I can't show you evidence for my claim?
That the Jews are causing the Great Replacement?
I never used the term Great Replacement. I asked you what you believed in. I never said I believed in
Kung Fu Joe.
I never said I believed in something called a Great Replacement theory.
I found your channel. I found it. Here we go. Here's Kung Fu Joe, everybody. There he is. Kung Fu Joe _ and just be aware, right? Kung Fu Joe believes in the Great Replacement theory, and it is the Jews causing the Great Replacement. That. No, you actually kind of did. You literally said exactly that. So here we got our Joey B, right? There's
I never
Twitter.
said great replacement.
He agrees with the Great Replacement theory and that it's the Jews. Honestly, let me ask you.
Well, I never used that term.
Did you vote
All
for?
I said is that you
did you vote for Donald Trump?
I said you're an advocate.
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Slightly regrettably, yeah.
Okay, all right. What I want you to do, right, is let people know that you, Kung Fu Joe, argue Great Replacement theory and that it's the Jews.
I actually never said that, Amender. I don't know why you keep strawmanning me
because that's what you said.
Do you realize that you're strawmanning?
No, I said you. That you voted Donald Trump. You should let people know
When I called in, I said you're pushing
a neo-Nazi.
Theory. I said
you need to just say to people, "Hey, everybody,
I said you are
I'm a neo-Nazi."
What's a neo-Nazi?
Yeah.
What's
well, I mean, I just want to point that out. You know. So
what is that? Anyway. I don't know what that is. What is?
I believe that you're a neo-Nazi. Yes, I think so.
What is a neo-Nazi?
Somebody that believes in Nazi rhetoric. In the modern sense.
I don't believe in Nazi rhetoric.
You don't believe in Nazi rhetoric? Do you really believe that the neo-Nazis don't argue great replacement theory and that the Jews are causing it?
I'm not an advocate of great replacement. You are.
No,
that was my initial point.
Actually, no, because I don't believe in the great replacement theory. I'm okay with people wanting to immigrate into the United States, however.
No, you First Amender.
You just assume that it exists because you're a neo-Nazi. That's correct.
They call it. They realize it exists. They say the same thing on the left, First Amender. They just call it the Browning of America. Did you know that?
Yeah, no, I don't call it that. Okay. I don't know any Democrat that calls it that. That's
Look
weird.
It up. Google
I'm not against. I'm literally not even against
the same thing. It's just
the
under
idea
a different title.
No, it's, I mean, you're the one making the neo-Nazi arguments, not me, man.
No, I'm not. It's called the Browning of America. That's not a conspiracy theory. You could look it up right now. The Democrats wrote a paper on it. People on the left wrote a study on it. It's called the Browning of America.
Yep.
So in the right-wing camp, they call it the Great Replacement Theory.
Do you believe,
in the left-wing camp, they call it the Browning of America. How is it a conspiracy theory?
Do you believe in racial segregation?
I mean, if they self-segregate, if that's what they want to do with their freedom.
Do you believe in, say, deporting people on the basis of race?
On the basis of race, no.
No. Okay. All right.
Absolutely not.
So if people decide to move into your
country,
I believe
on immigrating people on the basis of origin, though.
Okay, so you are deporting people on that. Okay, cool. And so the next question is
I'm more of a...
do you believe in a superiority of the white race?
No, that's a leftist belief.
I'm asking you. I'm not saying, hey, do right people believe this? Do left people believe? I'm asking, do you believe
what do you mean? Superior in what way? Like inventions, art, music? Like in what way?
I'm saying overall. Do you believe that the white race is superior? Why is this so hard for you to answer?
No, I'm a Christian.
Do you believe that the white race is superior to? Do you believe that the white race is superior to other races, Daniel?
I just don't know it. No, I don't.
Nope.
Oh wow, that was really fast. Good job, Daniel. Okay, now it's your turn.
No, I just didn't know.
Do you believe that white people are superior, Daniel? Or I'm sorry, not Daniel. Fuck, I already. Joey B.
Kung Fu Joe. Yeah.
Kung Fu Joe.
No, I believe we're all equal in the eyes of God, yes.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
I'm a Christian. That's my Christian belief, yeah.
About in his eyes.
All right, what about, do you have an opposition to immigration?
It depends. I mean, my immigration might be different than your preferable immigration.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. I just have higher standards for immigration right now. That's all.
Do you believe that Jews control the media, the banks, or global politics?
Well, I can only believe like what I can prove. So only if.
So is that a yes?
Only if there's proof. Let's see. Well, maybe you could help me discover the answer to this. How many Jewish heads of like the media are there?
I'm just asking you if you believe it or not. I'm not asking you to provide proof. I'm just asking, hey, do you believe this?
All right.
So since they control the media, the banks, and global politics in your eyes, do you have a distrust? I guess.
Well, hold on. You didn't let me answer. You didn't let me answer.
Right. Go ahead and answer.
So I've looked at like. The heads of a lot of these, the people that own, the TV industry in Hollywood, and they're disproportionately Jewish.
Lots of Jewish people there.
I mean, you could look at their names. Their names will tell you. I mean, okay.
All right. Do you have
since
you believe that, right? Do you have a distrust?
Hold
of
on,
Jewish
is that
people because of that?
Is that not true?
Yeah, no, I'm just asking you. Do you believe?
No.
Right?
Well,
I'm just gauging where you're at, right? That's all I'm doing.
Right. So I responded, so now I want to get where you're at. Do you agree or disagree with that?
All right. I disagree with that. I think there's likely some level of representation that is slightly higher, but I think it has more to do with cultural balance than it does to be like some weird conspiracy.
What percent? So wait, so
it
even
depends
if
on
it
the
is
industry.
cultural,
I think it depends on.
If I told you,
anyway, I wanted to. This isn't about me, man. I'm more interested. I'm more interested about you.
No. But if
right?
let me ask you this. What you're trying to do.
Let me ask you this.
You're trying to frame me as one way when you actually believe the same things I do.
Let me ask you this. Very simple, right? Very simple. Trust me. We do not believe in the same things. I promise you that.
No, yes, we do.
So let me ask you this.
That's why you're afraid to answer.
Okay. Was it 6 million?
What?
Was it 6 million?
I don't fucking know.
I'm asking you. Was it 6 million? Do you think it was 6 million? No idea? Clue. Can't figure that one out.
I've only seen what the Red Cross reported. I have not seen like every single it's not in my interest to argue whether or not it.
Do you think it's 6 million or not?
I mean, I haven't looked over the data, so I just got to go by. That's just like the common narrative. So what reason do I have?
That's what they tell us, right?
Question it. That's what. Yeah, I mean, I've never questioned it. What can I say?
I don't think you're this far, but I'll ask it anyway. Did Hitler do good things? Do you think he did a good thing?
Did Hitler do good things? Define good.
Well, I am just asking you. I mean, you have that objective God, right? And I'm sure God could probably tell you whether or not Hitler did good things.
I mean, I could tell you the bad things he did.
Like what?
I mean, I'm not a...
What are the bad things he did?
Genocide, fair enough. He imprisoned people.
I'll give you that. I'll grant you that.
Imprisoned people. He killed people. That goes against my Christian ethics.
Do you believe in a strong, centralized authoritarian government that is led often by a dictator? Or at least a dictator-like figure, at least. Do you believe in that?
What do you mean? Do I believe?
Do you believe in that?
Do I desire it?
That's a good? Here, I'll ask Daniel. Hey, Daniel, do you believe in a strong, centralized? I know you can. I'll let him know what he said. Yeah. What he said. Hey, Daniel, do you support a strong, centralized, authoritarian government, often led by a dictator-like figure?
Nope.
Oh, okay, that was pretty quick. He said no. Caller.
Yeah.
What about you though?
Well, I mean, the thing is that a democratic means can be used to get to an autocracy. So
I'm not asking whether or not a democratic means can be used to get to an autocracy. I'm asking you, do you support it?
I mean, I've never been given the arguments for it. I mean, maybe you.
I'll help you out. I believe that doing that ultimately leads to the repression of a minority, which means that it will ultimately create some pretty substantial haves and have-nots with substantial human rights violations. And I think that creates additional suffering that is unnecessary. There you go. I just did it.
I'll tell you what.
Are you no longer convinced by by authoritarian ethno-nationalism?
Oh, now you just threw ethno-nationalism in there at the last minute.
Sorry.
I don't agree with
the authoritarian fascist state, as in a strong, centralized authoritarian government led by a dictator. I don't believe that leads to better outcomes because it basically creates an underclass which ultimately get abused. I don't see that as beneficial to society. I see that as worsening society.
Well, for me, it would depend on who the dictator is.
Really? I don't want a dictator.
Absolutely.
No matter what dictator you pick, you will always have an underclass that will get abused. Always. There's not a single dictator where they're like, ooh, I'm super benevolent. And I promise I'm not going to degrade at anyone's rights ever. That has never happened. There's always somebody that gets abused by the dictator.
What about is a king the same as a dictator to you? What's the difference?
I mean, a king is an authoritative body that basically just tells people what to do. So in that case, it's a little different in the sense that they're people, they're subjects. But that's a more complicated political theory. I don't consider kings justifiable either.
Okay, well, I would prefer more of like a kingship, depending on who the king would be.
Okay, but
than a dictatorship.
The problem is they can just abuse people, and they get away with it because there's nothing stopping them.
If the king, well, hold on, my criteria is pretty high. So,
yeah,
if the king was Jesus Christ, I would like burn the Constitution right now.
Okay, but I don't think Jesus Christ is coming anytime soon.
Well, you don't.
No, I know Jesus Christ is not coming anytime soon.
That's fine. You could disagree on that.
Well, it's not even a disagreement. That's empirically the fact.
Mm-hmm. If you want to say that, sure.
Yeah.
Yep, fine with me. I'm just saying that's the only exception I'd make.
Right. Do you reject democracy, liberalism, and human rights?
I think democracy, I agree with Socrates. I think democracy is deeply flawed.
I did read Plato's Republic where they spoke about this. The problem that I have is that when you enact your philosopher king idea, it ultimately results in substantial human rights violations that are so bad that you may as well just revoke the government to begin with, because it just destroys huge sectors of society.
The qualifier I gave you was that I would accept a king if it was Jesus Christ. If not, then I believe
you didn't really reject the concept of a king. In fact, you just seem to allude that you are okay.
I could tell you what system I do advocate for if you'd rather that. I mean, I could tell you I would rather have a stakeholder democracy.
Let's keep going, right? I'm kind of curious to see where this goes.
Did you hear me?
I did. I heard you. I sure did.
Okay.
Sure did. So, do you believe in an emphasis on law and order, militarism, and traditional gender roles?
Yes.
Okay. Are you hostile to LGBTQ people? Do you refer to them as degenerate?
Wait, did you ask me two different questions there?
Okay. I mean, if one of them is a yes and the other one is no, are you hostile towards LGBTQ
Can you go
people?
one at a time? No.
Okay. Do you associate being a LGBTQ as degeneracy?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the answer is yes to the first, the open hostility towards. Anyway.
No, I didn't say I was openly hostile.
Do you support laws to enforce traditional genders and sexual norms?
Like what? What would be an example?
Any law that would enforce traditional gender and sexual norms. Yeah.
I don't know how you could do that. I don't know what law you could make that would enforce.
Well, like, would you make it illegal to say, be trans, or?
How could it be illegal to be trans if it's a mental state?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Do you think that we should?
I just don't see. No, that doesn't seem practical to me. No, I don't see how that would even be applicable.
What about for being gay? Think we should stop people from being gay?
Same. Well, not by law. I don't know. Like, here's what I would do. I would make like pride parades illegal.
Okay, cool. So you would support laws to enforce. Okay. Anyway, so we'll go to the next. So nationalism and xenophobia. Okay. Do you believe in your nation is tied to your ethnic or racial identity?
Yeah, I would have to say that the history of my bloodline is ingrained in the history of the nation. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
Are you opposed to multiculturalism, globalization, or any foreign influence?
I'm opposed to multiculturalism. Yeah, that's dysfunctional.
Okay.
You have to have a plural culture in order to.
I just want to point out, right? you fill most of the criteria of what a neo-Nazi is.
By whose standards?
By the list that I had just given you.
But whose standards? Who's setting the
Things
standard?
that neo-Nazis tend to argue.
Yeah, but who's setting the standard for that?
It doesn't matter. The point is that based on this,
it matters to me.
I'm observing that you hold a lot of neo-Nazi tendencies.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't be wrong in saying that.
Standard,
right? And so I just want everybody aware.
If a Zionist is setting the standard
Twitter,
for what a neo-Nazi is, then they can go
check out his Twitter.
I don't give a fuck.
And check out his Twitch. You know, I mean, he loves it. It's great. It's good.
Yeah, you think it's a big gotcha, but a lot of you'd be surprised at how popular my views are. And they have nothing to do with Nazism or neo-Nazism or fascism or any of these things that you're trying to frame me as.
You just aren't unwilling to be courageous.
No, the key components. The key components I said no to is what would make me a neo-Nazi.
I'm going to give you the last word. I'm going to give you the last word, and then that'll be it, buddy. I appreciate it.
How do you? What do you mean? How do you scurry away from my argument that fast? Because you didn't even address my argument.
You're a neo-Nazi.
No, I'm not. You did. You failed to provide. You failed to provide any proof of that.
I mean, you said it yourself. I didn't have to
prove
anything. I
never said I was.
Hey,
I never said I was. I disavow.
Most rational people would say, "Oh,
Nazism." Did you know that the Nazis persecuted Christians?
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay, so why the fuck would I favor Nazism?
But a lot of neo-Nazis believe what you believe now.
So what? I don't give a fuck. I don't agree with them. They can go fuck themselves.
Neo-Nazi.
No, I'm a Christian. I'm not a Nazi.
Neo-Nazis
are not synonymous. Those are not synonymous.
Ask him if he's a Catholic.
Yes, they are.
Are you Catholic?
Yes, they are. Then why did the... No, I'm not.
You're not?
Yeah, the Nazis only persecuted Catholics.
All right. The Nazis only persecuted Catholics, by the way.
So... They're Christians, are they not?
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the last word, buddy.
Right there, but
I appreciate you calling in.
No, you actually failed to nail me as a neo-Nazi. I think you just wanted to get away from the accusation I levied at you because you know you're guilty.
And what was that?
Do you admit that you are pushing great replacement?
No, it's actually you that's pushing that.
You believe in that. You are.
No.
You believe in that.
No, I
yes, you do. You advocate for great replacement. But I just asked you questions and you agreed. So how are you saying you're not advocating for great replacement? I don't think there's anything
wrong with, say, for example, like if my demographics shifted over time.
You
I believe
know
demographics
you're
shift
doing
naturally. Right?
Yeah,
it's not a big deal to me.
You're
I don't consider that,
but you're trying to
and I also
like
don't think that the Jews are the ones causing it. I don't believe that.
No, it's also useful idiots that are helping them. You know,
they're helping them.
And it's not. I'm not just saying it's the Jews. It's the Zionists. If you want to be more accurate, it's the Zionism. I have plenty of I have Jewish friends.
As they say.
You know, not all. I don't hate Jews. Not all Jews are bad. There are a specific group of people who are very greedy, very power hungry, and they have an agenda.
They have an agenda.
No, you don't even disagree. You see what they do in Gaza. Their pattern of behavior in Gaza is exactly the same as their pattern of behavior over here
on the planet. Anyway.
Yeah, okay. You act like you don't agree with me until we talk about Gaza.
I don't agree.
All of a sudden, yes, you do. You agree with me on what they're doing in Gaza. Yes, you do.
I mean, I agree with
you. Don't agree with me?
I don't agree with you.
There you go. You do.
So I don't agree with that.
Right,
I don't believe that what's happening in Gaza is
hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do you believe that they're replacing and genociding the population in Gaza?
Yes. I believe that there is a genocide happening in Gaza.
Oh, so
but I don't
within their doctrine. Why are they doing it?
To what's happening?
No, I never said that.
The majority of Jews don't support
and
that.
So neither do I. Neither do I.
Then why are you attributing Jews to what they're doing here in the
I
US?
didn't say all Jews, did I? I'm saying the Zionists, the same people. The same people. Yeah, it's the same people who are doing it in Gaza, sir.
Well, man,
Why wouldn't they be doing
nice
it here? So
talking
you
to
admit
I
the
think
premise
I'm done.
one.
I
Wow.
appreciate it.
Cooked.
I got cooked. Man, you know what? I may just make this the video.
Cooked.
Yep. See you later.
Because but you're going to cut out the end part.